actually think of the mandible as a lever arm. And because of the size of the muscles and the size of the mandible and the position of the mandible to the length, position of the mandible to the temporomandibular joint, the variable amount of force that can be made on this joint depending on muscle mass, muscle position, and length of the lever arm. High school physics. And then, of course, the force that can be applied because of functional malocclusions. It's well known that someone has a huge class 3, I worked on thousands of those, a couple thousand, I guess, in my career, or a huge class 2 functional malocclusion, obviously changes the force load on the temporomandibular joint, but even a small difference, I mean, really, 4 or 5 millimeters is considered a significant COCR discrepancy, a significant functional malocclusion. So those issues are what increases or can increase inflammation within the joint. And then the tool used with proper protocol is used to modulate and decrease the inflammation within the joint. And when you get to a certain point, how do you define that? Well, you define that as how much of the symptoms are diminished or gone. And when you get to a certain point where a certain degree of the symptoms are diminished or gone, you've won the battle. You're done. Unless you have a recurrence, which can happen in many cases. Some of the ones that are most obvious is the patient quits wearing the device. I've seen that.